Hey, what is up, YouTube? What is up, Christian Solid J? Solid J. We got Brian Tatum. Another video. We're gonna react to it. Thank y'all for watching my video. Make sure I hit the sub if y'all like me. If you don't, it is what it is. Let's get to it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Love in Black and White. I'm Brandon Tatum,
I'm Corinne Tatum.
and this
What's up with the
is
camera?
another episode. We're doing it in a different place. We wanted to do it in our studio that we built out instead of doing it at home. I didn't like sitting next to Corinne. Not that I don't like sitting next to my
That's
wife.
okay.
I think the view is not as good.
It's all right.
So we decided to kind of try this out. Hope that you guys enjoy it. What do you think about this set?
I like it. I like this better than sitting on a couch.
No,
Audio
sitting
is
on
not
couch
that
is
good,
whack
though.
to
You should have
me.
listened to me because I said no
You
couch.
maybe I swear, God
Months
is my
ago.
witness. Ask 7 back
Ask
here.
7.
You wanted to sit next to each. We wanted to sit next to each
Did I
other.
say I like the couch?
Tell the truth.
7?
Shame the devil. All right, so let's get into the topic today. You know, the controversy of coffee being a date and all of this
It's a
stuff.
screening. I know I've upset
You
most of the comment section.
Most rational
There was
people.
a few women with sense in the comments, but
So we've established that you think it's a screening.
Yep.
I think it could be a viable first date. Now the real question is, how much effort does a person need to put into,
Mhm.
should put into,
Mhm.
should be obligated to put into a first date?
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that?
well, I mean, there's so many variables. Are you looking for a serious relationship? Are you just trying to smash? How well do you know this person?
You talking about for a man or a girl? Is
I
this what
guess that's
women evaluate?
from like a men's,
But from a
from a male's point of view. From a woman's point of view, I don't know any woman that would prefer meet a dude for a cup of Joe over something with a little more effort, a little more, I don't know, romance, a little more like intrigue.
What about the chain restaurant? Because there's a girl who's probably single and probably will die single with a frog as a pet. But she said, "Don't take me to no chain or PF chain, Chili's." She said all of that.
Yes.
Do you think?
She had a spaghetti strap on and fake eyelashes, so she wasn't
Oh
qualified.
yeah, she for the streets.
to give us a list of
She for the
acceptable
streets, and
restaurants.
she's single.
It's true.
And her only attention is probably dudes trying to smash. So she's not a realistic woman, but a lot of people liked it. A lot of people had commentary.
Yeah.
Do you think that it's an embarrassing amount of effort for a man to take a woman to a chain restaurant?
Same thing. I think there's a lot of variables. If you live in, I don't know, Oklahoma, where there are no cool, vibey restaurants,
Maybe it's a lot of cool vibes.
there's
Don't
no.
offend people in Oklahoma.
All right.
I used to live in Oklahoma, though. I ain't gonna
Don't
lie.
give me that one.
Like a few
Say
years.
South Dakota
That's cool.
or something.
All right. If you don't live in a big city where there are better options, I'm from a small town where there weren't any better options. All we had was chain restaurants, the nicest one being Applebee's. That's where you would take someone on a date. So I think it's, and I don't even mean expensive. Like, I don't think that a man should spend hundreds of dollars on a woman he does not know on the first date. I don't think that at all. But I think something like getting, and this is if you live in a small town where there are no cool spots with a vibe, with a, good ambiance and energy and some cool music in the background, and get a, I don't know, a bottle of wine or some flavored sodas and some cheese and some snacks, and like go have a picnic in a park by a lake. That is way more effort than a cup of coffee.
In December, really?
Probably the same price. Way more effort than say a Chili's or I mean, I don't know, it's from a chain restaurant. BJ's.
Nobu.
Nobu is a chain, you're right.
I know. That's what I said to the girl in the video. I'm like, Nobu is a chain. What you talking about?
Hibachi's a
That's not good enough for you?
freaking chain restaurant.
I mean, people are gonna hate me, but I'm like, I don't want to go to Nobu in Scottsdale and look at a parking lot. You could take me to Nobu in Malibu, and we can look at the ocean.
People are gonna hate you.
We can look at the
You
ocean.
make it easy for people to get crazy with you. But I'll say this.
But I definitely don't think you have to take someone to Nobu. That's $400 minimum, and then
no.
you're hungry an hour
And
later.
it's overrated. Nobu's
No.
overrated. I think it's overrated.
It's good. They've got great
not
drinks,
for the
great
price,
appetizers. No,
It was
you're right.
me, you, and Kaden,
That's fine.
and it was like
I know.
$600.
Yeah.
It's like, come on,
No,
man.
no, I agree. That's what I'm saying. I don't think that, I'm not saying, I've never said a man has to spend a lot of money, but if a man likes you, he will put forth effort.
Well, here's to your point, and I have to say that you were right, which is hard for me to say.
Say it again.
It's hard for me. I can only say it.
Sometimes
I can
say
only
it.
say it once a
Right for
month.
the
Say it
first
into
time.
my good ear.
I can only say it once a month, or I will have a stroke. So I have to
Go
say
ahead.
I
Go ahead.
agree with you on a certain point because the
Ain't that a
more
shame?
I am interested in a woman, the
Mhm.
more I think her value is worth, the more effort I'm willing to put in.
That's a fact.
Thank you.
Or even if she's demanding a certain thing. Like I think coffee is a good date. I would never take you
You
to
don't
coffee.
even drink coffee.
No, but
Oh,
I
you
think
do. You like a
I would
pumpkin
like
spice
if you have
latte.
to meet at a really cool spot that
Mm.
serves coffee and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like I'm cool, it's cool. But I wouldn't take you. And the reason I wouldn't take you is because I was looking at your social media and you look super bougie on social media. You at Nobu and you got Gucci. And I'm like, if I want her,
Thrifted,
I
ladies and
gotta
gentlemen.
like take her somewhere really, really nice. I can't take her to Chili's.
But it's not even really nice. It's I gotta put more effort, right? Or did you think you had to take me somewhere expensive? We didn't go somewhere expensive. We went to Laurel Hardware. I would consider that our first date.
Where was our first day?
Remember when it was like in LA on I don't know, Santa Monica Boulevard, and we sat in the back where they had the like light up trees and we sat at the table, remember?
They
For
had
the
that
Blexit
open.
event?
They had that open park area.
Like
Oh,
in
that's
the
in
back.
Malibu. That's
No.
what you talking about?
The
You s-
restaurant where we ate at. So you don't even remember our technical first date.
Oh, babe, we have so many great times. It's overwhelming.
It's
I
not
can't remember the first one.
seared into your memory. But that's not like an expensive,
Where
super
did we?
nice place.
I'm going to be tripping out over this. I don't remember
We took a
that.
picture out front. I can show you the picture you might remember.
Okay.
But it was just like a table for two. It was out like you walk through like the restaurant, kind of. There was like a bar.
The
with
problem is
tables.
who picked the restaurant? You
I
did.
did because you didn't know anything in LA.
Yeah,
But I picked something that wasn't super. I didn't pick Mastro's. I picked something where it would be around
but unfair. That's
where it was like
unfair
cool
because.
ambiance.
But we were already like friends, and we had already communicated with each other. We had
Yes,
already
true.
gone out to eat before with
I
other
mean-
people.
Yeah, other people, yes.
And so we already knew each other. So it was kind of like a mutual, like, let's go here.
Yeah.
It wasn't like this girl I like,
Yeah.
I'm chopping it up with her. I'm interested in her. I'm trying to impress her with
Right.
this restaurant.
Right. So, yeah.
So it's a little bit harder, I
Yeah.
guess, in our situation. But
So
I've
then
been
where
on
do you-
dates with
so
other
the-
women before,
Excuse
which
me?
is hard to believe that I
Excuse
would
me?
ever even go on a date with another woman.
But the first place you took me on your own when I was here visiting you in your city was Steak 44. That's like the most expensive place in town.
Well,
So, Mr. Coffee is a date.
but the coffee went a day for you because I wanted to make sure
We were already dating, so
but I want to make sure that
Yeah,
I'm on
but-
your level that you like, right? Since I know you enough to know what you like, I
So
said
what
I'm gonna
you're-
go and
So
do
what
what
you're
you
telling
like.
me is women can have a standard and hold it, and a good man will meet that standard?
I have to admit, yes. Well, I'd say it like this.
Steak
But here's
41
the
is not a
problem.
standard.
Here's the
You're
problem,
welcome.
Kareem.
Yeah.
That's not a standard.
Men and
Yeah.
women sometimes
preference.
they date out of their league.
Well, yes, because I think women get desperate and women
Right.
get, oh, here's a man who's showing me attention. I got to take it.
Or women think they better than what they are.
Well, that's too.
And so they want a man to
But
take in
do
a
they think
Nobu and they are Chili's.
But
And I'm saying Nobu Chili's meaning that a man has an option to take you to Nobu or
yeah,
Chili's.
and
And they
I'm-
pick Chili because you're a Chili type woman. You go to Nobu, don't even know how to act, don't know how to dress,
Sure.
don't have manners, no
I'm
etiquette.
talking about good women, not like for the streets women. I'm talking about good women, whether she's a 6 or a 10. Because a good woman who's a 6 might be very fun. She might be very, I don't want to say entertaining, but you know what I mean? She might be a good time. She might be witty. She might be a great wife. And you're like, dang, I like her. There's plenty of men who are married to 6s who are crazy about their wife who would not have taken them to coffee on the first date. I know there's plenty of women who aren't, I don't think I'm supermodel material, but you know what I mean?
The
Like,
devil is a lie.
but I knew like my
But you-
qualifications.
But you present yourself
And-
a certain way,
Well,
right? You
sure.
present yourself as a high class woman,
Yes.
like but at the same time, if a man really wants you, but you got to be in your league.
Sure.
When I didn't have enough money to go eat all you can eat sushi for $25, I couldn't go for women that I thought were like
Correct.
Right.
expensive.
Correct.
Bernice
That
Berger
would've-
was
it would have
something
been
like
like
that,
friend
right?
zone.
I'd have been like, I'm not finna date her because she date dudes that are doctors and stuff, and I
Yeah.
literally have to work overtime this weekend just to go out to eat,
Yeah.
just to feed myself.
Yeah.
But that goes to another point.
But there are plenty of good women who are totally fine with going to coffee or going to
Right. I think women should focus more on the man and not the first date.
100%. No, you're right.
Because
You
you
are
get a
right, though.
good man that's
Right.
you
You
know,
can
they
make
got
money
potential.
later.
Totally.
He take you to Chili's today,
Mhm.
and next year he
Nobu.
taking you to Steak 44.
Right.
Well, I thought you had potential.
Yeah. See, I took Steak 44 was the first of my potential for you. You met me
But
when I
hold
could
on.
go to Steak
But
44.
people may not have followed us for years, may not know that I didn't start dating you when you were the owner of a warehouse and you know what I mean? Like a company and a 3 million on YouTube and driving fancy cars. Like when we met, I made a teeny tiny bit more money than you did.
You did. You
But I
did.
wasn't like, he don't make six figures. I ain't going out with him. No, I was like, he's a good man. He has integrity. He has loyalty. He's funny. Even though he doesn't make a lot of money, he's got what that guy's video said. He's got daddy energy. You know what I mean? Like he's an alpha male. He's a Christian. So he was all of the qualities I wanted in a man that are intangible things. And so for me, I knew this man is a catch, and going to Mastro's every Friday night is not what is important in life.
Right. I'm glad you made that decision for the both of us.
Me too.
Well, for me too. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. Like let me put this in perspective because I think this comes up a lot
Yeah.
about stay-at-home moms.
Hmm.
When I had never made a lot of money before.
Yeah.
I
Before
never
you
made
married me.
before I married you, and then now I'm a billionaire. But before then, I didn't make a lot of money, so I'm not gonna lie, I was open to two people working.
So was I.
And when we first got
When
together,
we first met.
I didn't immediately say you need to quit your job and stuff.
And I thought we both need to work.
Right.
So my income and your income together, that's good income. And
Ultimately, I wanted you to be a stay-at-home
yeah.
woman, a stay-at-home wife, stay-at-home mom. I didn't want you to have to work. That was my ultimate goal ever since I was young.
Yeah.
To have a woman who did not have to work.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until I
Because
was
you
making
had
enough money.
daddy alpha energy.
Right. But it wasn't until I was making enough money that it became a reality
Sure.
and that the demand could be realized.
Yeah.
And I think the people fall into that trap sometimes is because I heard a guy say online, he was like, shut up, man, you rich. Like not me, but he was telling
Oh.
another man, shut up, man, you rich.
get
It's
it.
easy
I
for you
get
to
it.
say,
I get it.
I want to stay at home mom and all this stuff. Man, you rich. Like
Yeah.
I'm making minimum wage or whatever. I'm still working and I can't afford to do that.
Yeah.
And my response to that would be, well, you're not ready to date yet.
Sure.
I think
Right.
that a man should wait until he's in a financial situation to where he can. I could have you could have stayed at home and I worked. I was making decent money. I think I probably made six figures, like right at six figures.
Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Because my base pay
Yes.
was a
Yeah,
certain
yeah, you're
amount.
right,
It
you're right,
was
you're
my
right.
base
No,
pay
you're
was
right.
less than you.
Yeah.
But like if I did some speaking engagements or
Sure.
sell some merch or something like that,
Yeah.
I could probably make a little bit more
And
money.
I would have. Yeah. I mean, even before I was married and I was single and wearing Gucci and stuff, all that stuff was either friend who works at the store got it for me with a discount or got it, thrifted or on Poshmark or something. So like I just like fashion, but you know what I mean? I know how to get it on the low. But I would, you know me, I love at the store. We're at the Goodwill every week with my son. Um, I would rather have less money and live on one income so that I could stay home with and raise our kids. As crazy as that kid drives me, I wouldn't want to go to work and have someone else raise him just so I can have $100 leggings and drive a Mercedes.
I don't know why women would want to work.
Because
Lululemons.
people, it's just it's what
If they
it's what
could-
society does. It's what you do. It's what the norm is. It's keeping up with the Joneses and But I follow an account I just found on Instagram. I forget the name of it, and she posts all about all the free stuff I do with my kids because my husband I think got hurt, and so like we're down to one income, and I stay home with the kids, and so I think their income drastically went down. And so she talks about what she cooks and how she stretches a dollar and where she takes her kids and nature walks and all that stuff, and shows that like it's doable.
It is doable.
And it's not hard, but like you have to make some sacrifices, and you're not getting a $60 Stanley Cup. You know what I mean? And you're not wearing $200 Nikes, and neither is your 7-year-old. But that's
Right.
not what life should be about anyway. I know it's odd for me to say that as much as I love to shop and I enjoy fashion, but this shirt is from a thrift store. I think it was like $6. My favorite shirt. So I would be just fine if we had one car and I was shopping at the Goodwill.
But I like that you said that because a lot of people get caught up in this. They like, oh,
Yeah.
it's easy to say, but no, it
Yeah.
may be a little sacrifice, but it's
Yes.
worth it for your kids.
Yes.
Because I don't understand how people like. I guess I do understand because I was once that person. I hadn't gotten exposed to the corruption of public schools and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I wasn't opposed to my kid going to a public school. Now I am.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I
Now-
was always opposed to public school because I went
See,
to a private school.
right.
But it was either
Yeah.
I would have worked when my child was in school. I would have worked so we could afford public school, or
Private school.
private school, or I would have stayed home with them.
Yeah, but people can make it happen if they really want to, and I think
Yeah,
it's worth
yeah,
it. I
for
think
sure.
every person that goes into a relationship, the man should be considering,
Mhm.
I'm going to work so my wife don't have to work. And
Yeah.
every woman should be open to saying, maybe I should.
I'm gonna be honest. That's like one of my goals. It's really one of my goals. I hope God really sees it through. I really don't want my wife to work. I don't want my wife to work, man. Yeah, I want my wife to be sleeping on silk and wool. Like, man, I want my wife to sleep on silk, bro. Like, I don't want her to be even touching no freaking boxes, no papers at work, talking to no man at work. I want my wife to be laid up, barefoot and pregnant, baby. Like, that's just me. That's just me. That's just me. I mean, honest. I mean, real with y'all. I don't want my wife to even lift nothing, man. I want to spoil my wife. I want her to feel loved. Even if my wife didn't grow up in a rich family or whatever it is, middle class, I want her to feel rich. I want her to feel like she don't have to stress for nothing because she's made it with me due to God's blessings over my life because I did the work. I put God first and I chose to live the way God wanted me to live. And He has blessed me with everything I need in life. That's how I want my wife to feel. Make sure y'all make your wife feel that way. If y'all not even married, make sure y'all planning your life so y'all could do that for your wife. That's the manly thing to do, not these stupid people on Fresh and Fit saying she'll go digger because she wants to stay home and take care of the kids because you can afford to keep her at home and take care of the kids. Man, y'all better take care of women, man. Women are amazing. If y'all treat them well, they will make your life 100,000 times better. Put them first, and they will love you. Like, they were put on this earth to love you, man. And you keep mistreating them, you keep cheating on them, you keep beating them, you keep calling them names, you keep calling them fat, you keep commenting about them every single day of your life. You think a woman's gonna give you 100% of her if you keep doing that? She not. She gonna resent you, man. She's not gonna feel loved. She's not gonna feel appreciated by you. As a man, that's your job. You want to make a woman feel loved, feel appreciated for everything she does for you. Man,
Leave this job,
Yeah.
and if you have children, and stay at home with the kids.
At least while that, yeah.
At least while they're young, you can go back to
Yeah.
work later, and because they need you to be at home.
Yeah.
I think the reason that Bo is so smart and advanced in the way he is,
Yeah.
and he's a knucklehead, but
Yeah.
the reason that he's advanced in the way he is because he has mom at home.
Yeah. And I couldn't imagine. I don't know how parents do it, and I don't know if I've created a monster, but I don't know how parents can take their like 3-year-old to daycare every day. Like we have a nanny that comes, and they're literally bring Bo and our nanny with us here to our facility, and even still, he wants to be like attached to my leg. Like it's hard enough to have him go play with a nanny here on site downstairs so that we can record this podcast. I can't imagine outsourcing him every day somewhere else and how that would feel as a mom. Because even if I left him at home with a nanny, I would be like, "Oh, is he okay? Is he all right? Did something like?" Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but
It's
you
hard.
you're a little bit crazy when it
I
comes
am.
to that.
Yeah.
Probably like every other woman in the world, because some
I think
women have a
it's
different attachment than
biological.
men. Like with me, I'm like
Yeah.
out of necessity, I had to. When I
Yeah.
had my oldest son, when he was with me, and I had no help. So when I would go to work, they allowed me to work the day shift. I had to work for 10 hours. He had to be at the thing for 10 hours
At daycare?
at daycare.
wow.
Yeah.
And so I had to drive him there, drop him off. They let me come in a little late.
Yeah.
So I go to work and then I go and pick him up. And then I had to be daddy after that. But
Yeah.
it was 4 days a week. It wasn't 5 days a week.
Yeah.
But that was sheer necessity. Like I didn't have no choice. Like
Mhm.
I couldn't, he stayed at the
no.
house by himself
Yeah.
at 3 years old.
Yeah.
That
And I
wasn't
think
going
a
to
lot of
happen.
situations are different. We don't have any family in town. If I had family in town and I could, he's fine with my mom, he's fine with Brandon's mom. My sister-in-law, she works, and she took my niece to her aunt's house, and that's like having grandma, which is what we've done for millennia, is like kids, grandma is helping raise these kids, which I think is also great. If we had family in town, I think that's a little different, having my sister or my mom or my aunt or grandma. It's then he's at least with family and stuff, but we don't have that.
Yeah, I think people should consider that. Don't be
But
afraid of it.
but people don't want to make sacrifice.
Yeah, I know, because they rather have a big screen TV, high speed internet, brand new
Live in a nice
iPhones,
house,
two
Brand new
car. Everybody got to
Benz,
have a car,
brand
a
new
new
Jeep.
car,
brand new house, all this other stuff, and
an
it's like
Instagrammable
If you
house.
can't
at the
afford
end
it,
of the
It's
man.
easy
day,
for us to say because we have all that.
no, but at the
Right.
end of the day,
But I know without a doubt, if you were still a police officer, I wouldn't work. We would stay home on $50,000. You would be working a lot of overtime. We would stay home. I would shop at the Goodwill. You know what I mean, for
yeah.
everything, and it would be what it is.
But the thing is that I
Yeah,
think it's necessary to talk about the value in that for a man.
yeah,
Your woman ain't staying home because she's a slave. It's that your
yeah,
woman stays home so she can make sure the house is good, so you have somewhere to go, you have food cooked for you, or whatever you need to make sure you're successful.
yeah.
Because you being at home ain't just you being at home. I
Right.
feel very confident about the house. It's
Yeah.
clean.
Well,
I got food. You're taking care of it. Bo is taken care of. So
yeah,
with all that home living stuff being in order, I
yeah,
can go out and be the best that I can be.
yeah,
And if I was still a cop, I'm gonna move up on the police department. I'm not
right.
gonna be a patrol
Yeah,
officer forever.
yeah,
I'll be a sergeant, but I have the home set up to where I can focus on growing and developing at work.
yeah,
And when I go to work, I'm not worried about home.
yeah,
I have a little bit of peace there.
yeah,
Versus if being a bachelor, both of y'all working, you're like, oh, where's the kid? Who's gonna go pick up the
yeah,
kid? And am I gonna do it or they're gonna do it? She got laid off on the job. She got
yeah.
issues at work. Now she got coworker problems. Now I do, and we just both going
It's a
in the
lot.
rat
I
race.
don't think it was how it's supposed to be.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, and we talk about this. I also don't. I know I feel like it sounds like a trad wife, but I also feel like that is so extreme.
What's the stream?
I like. I don't know.
What make it like getting married at 20 years old and having 45 babies?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
like
that's pretty extreme.
tending a farm and like baking all your like bread from scratch and you know
I
what I
think
mean,
that's
like churning
appropriate.
butter and like
It
That's
depends on
but
where
appropriate
you
to
living
live.
like the
Yeah,
Amish do. I think
because hey, people in Africa live like that. They live like that. People in Europe, people in Spain, different Brazil. That's how they live. America is a little different, man. We don't live like that, but most people in other countries live like that. They live like that, man. They're not working. The husband's working. They're making. Yeah, it's America. That's the Western society.
it's probably better, but at the same time, like
It depends on the environment you live in. It's like, why would you ride a bike when you own a vehicle?
sure.
It's like technology is advanced in certain areas where you can use
Like
technology
there's
and
some trad wives that
resources.
like hang clothes outside to dry. Like I don't as much as you should get out of the matrix, I don't want to live like it's 1912. Like my
The,
grandparents walked so that I could fly.
the
Like
people that
we
invented
got a washing machine. I'm
right,
gonna use it.
the people that invented the washer and dryer, they didn't do it for
Like
naught.
I want to
Okay,
not spend all my time doing housework
right.
and hard labor so that I can take my son to the zoo. You know
Well,
what I mean?
well,
Like
let me tell you this. I think
I
that
don't know.
happens with people who are.
Maybe I'm
I almost think that that's an
like a trend.
income issue. That's a you at a certain income
Mhm.
level, you do that. If you're at another income level, I don't think you do that because time begins to be money.
Yeah.
Like if you took all day to wash clothes, I need my
No,
clothes. I need my clothes washed.
from what I understand is that the sentiment should be like women should find joy and fulfillment from like hand wash. You know what I mean? Like washing their husband's clothes and folding his underwear. Baby, I love you. I will do anything for you. But let me tell you, it gets so monotonous. That's why I'm like, can somebody come and like fold these clothes? I want to go take my son on a bike
Right,
ride.
right,
I want to go to
exactly.
the zoo. I want to go to the museum. I want to go, you know what I mean, for a walk. I don't want to spend my existence folding underwear and
Yeah.
putting stuff in a drawer.
Yeah, see, I don't think it's anything wrong with that, and I don't think that, like I said,
I'm
it's a
racist.
no, because Think about this for a minute. Think about this for a minute.
Yeah.
Inventions occur
Yeah.
to make things easier so you can spend more time doing things you love. It's
All
not,
right. Okay.
baby, if you wash my clothes and folded it, or the washer machine wash my clothes and
Yeah.
folded it, I don't give a
Or the
F.
maid.
Or a maid,
See, but does that
or
make me a
somebody.
bad wife that like you work so I can stay home and I need
No,
a
no,
maid?
I work.
We
I
got a big
work.
house. I don't want to clean it all day long.
That's what I'm saying about a thing. Like,
Yeah.
if you're a person that you're a multimillionaire,
Yeah.
or you worth, $300 million, and
Yeah.
you live in a 12,000 square foot house,
Yeah.
your wife ain't cleaning that house.
No, your wife is not. She's at
And
Hermes.
if you got 5 or 6 kids
Yeah.
and you got money like that,
Yeah.
your wife ain't cooking dinner for everybody. She may or may not. Maybe you don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want you to be sitting at home all day. Like, for instance, I was looking at videos and stuff of you when I'm at work, and all y'all doing is going to have fun. What's the point of folding clothes and washing clothes all day, hang drying and maintaining it, when you could be taking both somewhere and be having
I'm
fun
like,
for
this
3
just
hours?
never end. It's like a whole day goes by, and then you don't even tell them about go play. Mommy can't play right now. Mommy, you know what I mean? It's like my existence is just cleaning.
Well, this is another thing too. I think people get kind of weird with that too. They go, "Oh, you should grow your own.
You're a stay-at-home
You should-
mom. You don't need a maid.
You should grow your own stuff and do all your own stuff." I think that that's cool too. But like, we live in a world
I
where
hate
people
people.
we live in a world where people make a living
Okay.
off of this stuff,
I
right?
hate people.
We live in
Yeah.
a world where people make a living. We live in a world where people make a
Mhm.
living from coming and tending to things at your house
It's
that you can't.
typical. The Proverbs 30 woman had help. She told her, maidens what they had to do that day. So I have to remind myself of that when I'm like, I feel guilty because I'm like, oh, my husband works his tail off so I can stay home. And then it's like, but all I did today was clean.
Right, and I don't care. Like,
I
for
don't
me,
want to be a
like I said,
housekeeper.
it's a financial thing too.
Yeah.
Because when you make if we weren't making as much money as we have, we couldn't afford to do it, so we would have to make do.
But yes, we would live in a house that's cleanable.
Right. But when you begin to become financially successful
Yeah.
in certain areas, you start to I can't think of the name of the word. You start to
Like be efficient.
no, not be efficient. You start to create systems. I can't
yeah.
think of the name of the word that I want to use.
Does this sound totally out of touch? No.
you-
Is this relatable? Okay.
Well, some people got money too. So, or some people
No.
aspire to get to
No.
this point. So, when you get to this point,
I just don't want to complain. But I feel like any woman can. I feel like most women can relate to this. You see all the reels and memes of like
yeah,
women can relate to this. Whether you have 1 kid, 5 kids, a big house, or you live in an apartment.
I think the message that you're
It's like
putting out there is that it is okay to feel this way.
Okay, because I feel like conservatives are going to be like, ah, she's such a feminist.
No, it's okay to feel like that you could like the woman did I think I sent it to you.
Yeah.
Where she did the little thing where she was like, me being a selfish mom, but she was making a play on it. She was like, me being a selfish mom. Of course, I'm gonna shut the door and be able to use the restroom on my own without my toddler doing this.
But you do when you close the door and your kid's whining, you feel bad. Like, oh, my kid wants me, and I'm just trying
But
to
it's not selfish to
go to the bathroom.
It's not selfish to have your own space, and they learn to
Yeah.
give you a space.
Yeah.
It's not selfish to do that. It's not selfish to say, I'd rather have somebody come to my house and fold my clothes and wash them, and I can play with my son for 3 or 4 more hours.
Biblical that I should have a better attitude about cleaning.
No,
I'm so convicted. I feel so convicted about
well,
this.
baby, if you feel convicted, then you need to address that. I don't feel convicted whatsoever.
Okay.
I don't. If you, I
feel
don't
like-
care that you.
I feel like
I don't care that you want to
I feel
clean up or
awful
not.
that I'm complaining about
Not because it
having
gets
to-
weird. I don't want to clean up.
clean clothes. I know you don't
Who
want
wants
to
to
clean
clean?
up.
I
and
hate
so I get
dishes.
to do all the
I
cleaning
hate
up.
dishes.
So that's
bro.
why we hire a nanny.
And I hope God bless me like out of this way, abundance. Because the number one thing I hate is dishes. I hate dishes. I hate washing dishes. That's the number one thing. When I get rich, that's getting outsourced immediately.
That's why we hire people to
I
come
know
clean
you
the
don't
house.
like to clean up.
That's why we hire people to come clean the house.
Sure.
And
eyes
I
burning.
don't care. See, but let me tell you this. Let me tell you this about me.
What's the difference between men and women?
I think like, and this is definitely a money thing.
Oh.
This wasn't what I thought. This wasn't what I thought of when I didn't have the money.
Okay.
But the more that I become blessed financially, the more I'm like living in my purpose. As a man, I feel like you should treat your wife like a queen.
Right.
I don't really want you
Not
to do
take her to
nothing.
coffee?
I'm saying
Hey,
this.
I'll get a massage every day.
I don't really. If I had enough money to do this,
Uh-huh.
I would hire a person to cook, clean the house. and you do whatever you
Keep
want to
his
do.
schedule full.
And you do whatever you want to do,
Yeah.
right? If my wife decided, you know what, I just want to. Now, if you were a bad wife, meaning that
Yeah.
you sit on your phone all day and Bo's sitting over there playing with himself, or he fell off a couch or something,
No.
and you just doing your own thing, that's different. But
No.
And
if
bumps
you're
his
saying,
head.
I'd rather spend this time coming to see you, taking Bo places,
Yes.
listening to my podcast, and
Sure.
putting him down for a nap and focusing on that.
Yeah.
As a
Reading a
man, I'm
book.
like, I don't want my wife to have to waste time cleaning up when she could be playing with the baby.
All
I
right.
don't want my wife to waste time having to cook and clean and wash the dishes and stuff. I want her to be able to chill and have some her time, and somebody
So
else
she's sane and
can
not
do that.
nutty.
Right. Somebody else can do that. Maybe
And
people don't
she'll-
understand this, but maybe people that
Yeah.
aspire to have financial freedom or something like that, or that may be to that point, they don't have to feel guilty for that. Like, I don't mind having a person cooking meals every single day. Now, I love what you cook and eat. I mean, what you cook, but I don't want you to have to be sitting over the sink, washing dishes and stuff. I'd rather you be chilling and paying attention to Bo.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. I mean, I don't think everybody should live like that, but I mean, if I was Elon Musk, I mean, it's
got
no
a
way
lot
I
of
wouldn't have a
kids.
butler. No, it's just no way if I was Elon Musk, I would have a
He's the
butler.
richest man in the world. Like,
But
of
but
course.
that's what I'm saying. There's no way that because if I didn't have the money to do it, I still want it.
Sure.
And if I had the money to do it, I would do
I
that.
think it might be a female thing, like a woman thing. You know, like this is my role. This is what I should be doing. It's like, you know, I don't know. Like, shouldn't
The real
I
role.
be happy to like do it every?
Yeah, y'all go check out the rest of it. It's already long. It's about 30-minute video already. Thank y'all for watching. I love you with all my heart. Jesus is king. I'm gonna have some merch coming soon though, for sure. Probably 6 months, but you know, we trying to work it out, man. This is my passion. I love making videos for y'all. Hopefully God blesses me in this avenue so I could quit my day job, man, and do this for the rest of my life and do something else in my life. Thank y'all for watching. Subscribe and like, comment, do whatever you want. Love y'all.